Alright, the next app I want to show you is the Content Studio. This is something similar to like a light version of CapCut, but with AI baked into it. What you'll do when you come over here is you'll create a project, we'll give it a name. You can start with Launchbox Video, something like that. It's going to open up the studio. You'll see down here we have a timeline. We got our video playback right here, and on the right side we have a thin sidebar. I'm going to zoom in. You can see we have video, text, audio, image, stickers, local, and template. I'm going to go over what each of these are, what they'll mean for you as you use this. We'll get started with video, and what you'll see is it opens up a drawer on our right with all of the generated AI video clips we've created already. Then on the left side here we have our video generation drawer. Down here is where you'll type your prompt in. Up here you'll be able to switch between the different AI video models we have available. Some of the more popular ones as of right now we have is Sora 2, Veo 3, Veo 3.1, and then Wan 2.2 is a model that I use more frequently because it's less expensive to run. So that's what we're going to start out with. Some of these models you'll see have a T to V, some of them say I to V, and some of them don't say either of those. What you'll need to note for that is T to V means text to image, so you'll only be able to write a prompt for the video to be made. I to V means you'll need to insert an image for the video to be generated along with the prompt. Ones that don't specify means that you can use both. For this example, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and use Wan 2.2. You can choose the resolution or the aspect ratio in which the video comes out at. These other settings I typically just keep just as they are. And I'm going to type in my prompt here, a cat riding a scooter. Something to point out is video generation can take a little bit of time to make these clips, so give it about a minute, maybe up to 3 at the most, for the clip to actually produce and generate, and you'll see it over here on the drawer once it's done. In the meantime, I'm going to show you some of these other features here. So we'll hit text, and you're able to switch between these variety of options so that you can throw some text on your video. We'll do this one here. We'll say neon future, that looks fine. We'll say launch box kitty cat. Here on the text we can expand it so it's larger, we can move it around. I'm going to see we have a couple of audio clips here we could add to our video as well, so I'll slide that down to the bottom. Image. Similar to how we're generating videos, we can also generate images here. I already have one, so I'll just throw that on the timeline as well. And because it's a square aspect ratio, it's not going to stretch the whole way, so we'll have to think about how we place it here. Again, just use this to seat things how you like. Okay. Alright, let's see if our video is done being made. I think it's still going. Alright, so stickers, you're able to slap on a sticker there. Something you'll need to note as well is like the different layering here on the timeline. So if you want something to be overlaid, you just need to make sure that it's a layer above the given item there. So we've added a sticker. You can also upload locally. So I've already uploaded some video clips here. We'll go ahead and say add to timeline. You can slide it, shorten it, like that. Okay. Cool. Let's see here. Do we have a cat on a scooter? We do. Alright, so now we've got our cat on a scooter. I'm going to add it there on the timeline. So we've generated an AI clip of a cat on a scooter. That's pretty cool. Alright, one of the really cool things about this is most other platforms, you're limited to only generating like an 8-second clip like we did. However, we can extend it in order to make a longer form video. And you can extend this on and on and on, and change up the prompt, and you'll be able to stitch these clips together and make a longer form video. So how we're going to do that is there's a little back arrow here, so if you're ever stuck on the drawer, just click back, and I'm going to click on this plus button. There's also the download button, that way you can save a clip or you can delete it. I'm going to hit the plus button, and you'll see down here it added that it's the last frame of that given generated clip. It added it here. I'm going to go to the 2.2 image to video model, and that way I'm just going to extend the clip and say 2 cats riding scooters. So going back to this, as that's being generated, you can upload videos here, you can upload images, audio, and you just do that by clicking that upload button. Templates is actually one I haven't really messed with too much, but there's already some pre-made videos in here that you're able to mess around with a little bit. So it's generating. You can see this red button over here. We'll give it a time to generate. I'm going to delete some of the stuff that's already on our timeline here. Okay, I believe our clip's been made. So I'm going to hit this back button up here next to video. We have our secondary clip of our cats riding scooters. Going to line it up so one plays right after the other. And we'll start from the beginning. You'll use this buffer up here. You're going to click so that you can move that buffer around. We'll hit play. I'm going to make sure that this kind of goes right there. Okay. Now we got our 2 cool cats riding scooters. Something you can do is also add on animations for transitions between clips. So here we've got our clip selected on the timeline there. If it had audio, you could turn the audio down or up, change the playback speed right there. Animations, we're going to do a fade for the entry animation, and then the exit, we're also going to do a fade. Now for this one, we're going to do let's do a fade as well. Fade in. So here it's faded in on our cats. We got our fade animation going out and in, and now they're going backwards. And there you have it. For text, you can also add in those fade animations. So we'll just do that real quick here. We'll change the text up. Hey kitty. Oop. Fade in. Flip out. Play. Got our text there. Flipped out. We got our cats riding backwards. So if you wanted to continue extending the clips, you can do that quite simply by hitting the video and clicking on the plus button, making sure you got the right model that you want to use there, and saying what you want to happen from the end of the last clip. If you want to continue, for this example, like the cat's riding a scooter, maybe on the next clip we introduce another cat on a unicycle. We could say, have a cat on a unicycle join the kitties on a scooter. And that way, again, it went from a 5 or 8 second clip to a 16-second clip, and you can continue on like